Sometimes when I'm taking pictures, I find myself trying way too hard, like I'm wrestling with the moment or somehow pushing it away. It's frustrating, and I've always wondered what's going on in those moments, like psychologically, what's happening in my head. And I think I finally have an answer. But to get there, I want to tell you about someone I once knew, and let's call him Joe. And he reminded me of that guy in the story of Mice and Men, that sort of dim-witted strong one, and he doesn't know how strong he was. You know, that guy, he could probably lift a car. Well, this guy I knew, Joe, he was just like that. He was built like a mini bull, and I bet he could lift a car. I mean, I'm not saying he could lift any car. I don't think he could lift a Suburban, but I bet he could lift a Ford Festiva. I mean, he's just this really strong dude. And one afternoon, when Joe was just messing around, he put me in a headlock. And that's when I thought about that character, Lenny from Of Mice and Men. You know, how he keeps killing the little animals he pets, the rabbits or mice or whatever it is. He doesn't mean to. He just doesn't understand what's happening or why or how to not kill them. And so I'm in this headlock. And I thought, well, I guess this is where it ends. You know, I probably should have eaten more cheesecake. Probably should have been nicer to my mother. I sure hope my room is clean when they come gather my things. I mean, this is what I'm thinking in my head. And it might sound like I'm reminiscing about a nice summer day, but I got to tell you, I was terrified. This is the most frightened I had ever been in my life. I truly thought I was going to die. And now might be a good time to tell you I didn't die. At some point, Joe did let me go. So you can relax about that. I did survive. Well, Joe had the strength, but no patience and no sense of limits. Just this raw energy, like a shutter that opens up too long and everything's blurry and nothing's sharp. And that's something I've learned from photography is you can't force a shot. You wait. You breathe, you learn to read the light and the moment. But what you don't do is you don't grip it in a headlock. Joe meant well, I think. I think he thought he was being funny, but he didn't know how close he came to breaking something just by holding on too tight. And by breaking something, I'm talking specifically about my neck. Well, the same thing happens behind the camera. You try too hard to capture something and you lose it. You overshoot. You interrupt a natural moment to fix someone's hair or straighten a shirt. You give too many directions and your subject starts to freeze up. You chase the shot you imagined in your head instead of seeing what's actually in front of you. And you crush the moment instead of preserving it. These days, when I'm taking pictures, I sometimes think of that afternoon with Joe. How not everything needs to be held tight to be real. Some things you just have to let come into focus on their own. So, the next time you're taking pictures, don't force it. Don't wrestle the moment into place. Show up, steady your hand, and trust that the best pictures come when you give them room to breathe.